The Rams come out of the bye week with a huge district opening victory. Hello, everybody. Terry Bennett here on the Jack Powell Ford Mineral Wells Football Show, right here on S2S Sports, part of L4 Media, as the Rams dispatched of Bridgeport 35-13. Bridgeport scored on what I think their second play of the game, and then they were held scoreless until late in the fourth quarter. I think almost on the last play of the game or close to the last play of the game, as that Rams defense bounced back nicely after giving up 31 points to Godley the last time the Rams played. Remember, they had that bye week in between. So this was the first game in October, and huge district opening win. As Coach will talk about, they don't go, the Rams have not been 1-0 in district a lot lately. And in this district, it's really big to beat the teams you need to beat. Mineral Wells has Brock this week and then Graham in 2 weeks. And then, those two games are going to be tough. And hey, there's always a chance. But let's be honest, the Rams are decided underdogs in those games. But if you can win the Eagle Mountain in the Burke Burnett game, you not only are going to be in the playoffs, you're going to be third place. And that's way better than fourth place. And so, that's one of the things I love when we talk to Coach Worrell. He's very honest and very upfront when we're talking off the air about, who they need to beat and, the games that you have to win. And yes, you want to win them all and you want to pull off the upsets and beat back-to-back state-ranked 4A Division II teams in Brock and Graham. But if you don't, you've got to be able to beat the other teams. And that is why this Bridgeport game was utterly massive for the Mineral Wells football program. I cannot understate how big that win was to be 1-0 in district, to have yourself in control of your own playoff destiny. And again, that's not something Mineral Wells has been able to do lately in the first district game. As always, we're going to be talking to the head coach, Cody Worrell. We want to thank our sponsor, Jack Powell Ford. You can find them online at jackpowellford.com. They've been a sponsor since last year. We really do appreciate them being a sponsor and allowing us to have this Mineral Wells Coaches Show. But we do have room for more sponsors. So if you are interested, email me, Terry at S2SSport.com, or text me at 469-605-3658. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, it's the head coach of the Rams, Coach Cody Worrell, right here on the Jack Powell Ford Mineral Wells Football Show. Here at L4 Media, we talk high school football, 4A, 3A, and 2A in Texas. We talk East Texas sports. We talk NFL, guy talk, movie and booze. We also talk wrestling and so much more. And you can see it all on our YouTube channel at L4 Media Company. Like and subscribe. Terry Bennett back here on the Jack Powell Ford Mineral Wells Football Show, now joined by the head coach of the Rams, Coach Cody Worrell. And, Coach, first off, you get your first district win in your first district game, 1-0, as you beat Bridgeport 35-13. What were your thoughts on that game?
I thought our kids, again, we came out a little flat in the first half, and they scored on their second play of their offensive possession, and we're down 6-0, but I was really proud about how our kids responding, especially in the second half after, made some adjustments. And I was proud of our defense, the way they played pretty much the whole game. Besides that, that second play of the game, we just gave up a big play. And like I said, I was really proud of our kids. And we got to our goal. Our goal after last Friday night was to be 1-0, and we accomplished that goal. So it's good to get us, started off with a good district win and, hopefully keep rolling.
You talk about that. They score on their second play, and then they don't score again until in the fourth quarter. So defensively, you basically held them to 6. Offensively, 35 points on the night. What were your thoughts on your offense?
Yeah, they did. We did some really good things. They were doing some different stuff that we hadn't prepared for. So it was good for our guys that, to see that and adjust to it. But I was pleased with with how they adjusted and rotating backs in, and Perez had a big night and had a couple of big pass plays, and Owen threw the ball well, and like I said, I was overall still got to fix some mistakes offensively, but overall pleased with how they performed last Friday.
And, we had talked about it last week. How would y'all respond after that godly loss a couple of weeks ago? And we've talked about with Mineral Wells, that's the step you want to see for a program is how do you respond when you lose? And they respond with a win. And more importantly, again, a district win. And for Mineral Wells to be 1-0 in district, especially this district, and we're about to talk about your next opponent, it is vitally important to win the games you're supposed to.
No, you're exactly right. We've got to win. We can't take weeks off, and the Bridgeport game was a huge win for us. It's been a while since Mineral Wells has been 1-0 to start off district, and I thought that was big for our kids, and they were obviously fired up, just for the hot start, and was really proud of what they did last Friday.
All right, let's talk about it this week. You take on Brock. 6-0, 1-0 in district. They're ranked in state. Their first time in 4A Division II. Before we get to the off the field part, let's just talk about it on the field. What are your thoughts when you see Brock on film?
Man, they're impressive. I always try to identify what the weakest part of a team is. Maybe a position, maybe a group, maybe between offensive line, defensive line, linebacker, secondary, the receivers, quarterback. Who they don't have one. I mean, they don't have a weakness, and they're as impressive as a team I've seen on film in a long time. And man, they play extremely hard. They're extremely physical. They're very well coached, and there's really, like I said, there's not a weakness on there. They're very impressive on tape.
Yeah, they have moved up. Some teams struggle when they move up and then kind of find their footing. They immediately found their footing as soon as they moved up. But as you know, because you know Brock personally, this is a community that's their expectation level is to win as soon as they move up to the next class.
Yeah, no, I knew as soon as they, made the jump to 4A, the expectations wouldn't change, and they shouldn't, because they're very talented, and like I said, they've stepped into 4A, and it hasn't fazed them a bit.
For you, there has to be some pride in that, because you are part of the foundation that started Brock football, and that's awesome to not only be able to coach at a place where you have a lot of success, but also to coach at a place that had just started football. So for you, what does this game mean? What does it mean when you look across Friday night and you see the Brock colors and the helmets and all that?
Yeah, it's definitely going to be different. I had a lot of great memories there, and man, there's some good people in that community, and there's some great people within the school district, and there's some great kids. I had a lot of those kids when, not all of them, but a handful of them. When they're in elementary PE, I used to teach them in elementary PE, so I still communicate with a lot of people there. Some people that maybe not have kids in the program anymore that I've coached, and I still talk to a bunch of former players. A lot of them have came to games here in Mineral Wells, and we had some great memories there. Had a great run. It was special to be a part of that, and Coach Mathis and his staff have came in there after us and continued. They haven't missed a beat and have done a phenomenal job. So on Friday it'll definitely be different, but at the end of the day, I just got to try to find a way to, get the Mineral Wells Rams ready to go and try to get a win.
Here at L4 Media, we talk high school football, 4A, 3A, and 2A in Texas. We talk East Texas sports. We talk NFL, guy talk, movie, and booze. We also talk wrestling and so much more. And you can see it all on our YouTube channel at L4 Media Company. Like and subscribe. As always, I want to thank Coach Wall for joining me. A little shorter show this week, but that was actually my fault. I record him on Thursdays about 11 to 11:30. And this Thursday I had a lunch with the granddaughter at school. So I just actually got back from that to record the wraparounds, because I always record the interview first, and then I do my intro and put in the ads and do my outro. And so I just got back from that. So that's why the show was a little short. I wanted to get back in touch with him about the JV and stuff. I know they had one of the sub-varsity had a big win this week. I saw that on the scores. But we'll get back to the normal format next week on the shows. It's going to be a big one. Again, for him, this is the first time he's coached on the varsity level against a former place that he was at. He was the offensive coordinator for Brock. And then they went down to El Campo and such. But, you know, this is going to mean a lot for him because, you know, the Worrells built the foundation of what the Brock Eagle football program is now. And Coach Billy Mathis, of course, has continued that. And by the way, you can hear the Brock Eagle football show here on the network as well. Like I said, I basically have a 3-4A Division II coaches shows with Brock and Mineral Wells and Graham. But yeah, it's going to mean a lot for him to look across. Now, it'll mean a lot more, I think, next year when it's in Brock. But it's still going to be fun. And it's a good measure. It's a good calibration game to see where Mineral Wells is when it comes to playing a team like Brock, who is state ranked. And they're like number 2 in some polls. I think we have them at number 3 behind Gilmer in the sideline to sideline for a poll. You could make the case, though, that they could be number 1. I mean, Carthage, Brock, and Gilmer, all 3 are just really solid at the top. And how Brock has assimilated into 4A Division II and just made it their own is very, very impressive. And so this is a good calibration game for Mineral Wells to see where they're at when it comes to the best teams in the state in 4A Division II. Any questions, thoughts, or comments, email me, Terry at S2SSport.com. Also, again, looking for another Mineral Wells sponsor, email me, Terry at S2SSport.com. Text me 469-605-3658, and we'll get you on next week's show. That'll do it for this week. Until next week, this has been the Jack Powell Ford Mineral Wells Football Show on S2S Sports, part of L4 Media.